for a second. You know, there's a ton of videos now online of production designers having like TikToks and Instagram where they're putting like free content out there that's just super useful, super educational of how they like sometimes just print out vinyl stickers of tiles to redo an entire floor. Do you have any like tips or like, you know, what's the industry insights for us of how you've snuck around to save costs to make things look better than it could be?
Yeah, it's funny that you said that actually, because when I first got into production design, it's very easy to be like, yeah, everything has to be super authentic, and you would like that. You want everything to feel authentic, but depending on budget and time restraints, you also need to quickly figure out tips and tricks and how to cut corners and make it still look, you know, S tier. So there was a feature I worked on the summer last year in Maine that, like you just said, we had to build a room, walls, floor, everything in like 2 days. And they wanted like wood floor. And not only did we not have time to go grab wood floor and lay it down, but it was going to be out of the budget. So we had a slab that we got vinyl stickers, and we just stickered all night long. And come morning, it looked like a wood floor. It looked perfect in frame. You know, when you get up and close, you know, it's a vinyl sticker. But if it looks good in frame, you did your job.
And so now then, what is the biggest set that you've had the pleasure of constructing? Was it on Wolf Hound?
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Biggest set on Wolf Hound for sure. There were definitely other sets on other films that were a lot more detailed and elaborate and took way more time. But on Wolf Hound, since there was a lot of exterior scenes, there was like, firefights in the forest and everything, plane wreckage scenes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there was sets that were like a football field that, you know, were just throwing shrapnel around and barrels and crates and, you know.
So how do you like, that's so exciting. So you're given the script and you have to, like, they break down how the scene's going to work. You're given the space of the set and like how big it's going to be. Yeah. Do you immediately start drawing up plans? Do you go on like a computer software? Do you have like a maquette built? Like, what's your process to get something that big attainable?
A little bit of everything. Yeah, it's depending on what the scene is and what the film is and what the time restraints look like. Yeah, I've used just about all of it. Wolf, and sometimes you're given more of a diagram and a set plan, and sometimes they're just like, hey, here's the scene, make it happen. Yeah, I've built little models before, reference. I actually started my creative career in illustration. So luckily, I can draw out some plans. So I do a lot of sketching, a lot of diagrams, a lot of notes. Yeah, for that it was. You kind of work with the director on Wolf Hound. We set up, like we filmed in bomber hangars and we were setting, literally had them move planes around, and then setting crates and things around that. And actually, that you mentioned locations like that, production designer also works with locations. We work a lot with a lot of departments. Actually, we're one of those roles that in the film industry, it's easy for certain titles to kind of stay in their lane and work with one or two people so things move, pretty fluid. But production designers, we get to work with a lot of different departments, a lot of different people. I kind of like it that way.